So now that we have our index set up, we're going to continue on to the rest of the setup. And these are some of the pages that I have found useful in the past. When did I last? You could write down things like, when did I last flip the mattress? When did I last change the batteries in the smoke alarm? When did I last clean out my fridge? When did I last clean out my stove? When did I last get a doctor's appointment to get a look at my eyes? Whatever you need to do here, you can write down the date, the task, and when it has to be redone. So, your smoke alarms, I do those, my batteries and my smoke alarms, I'm diligent about doing those twice a year. And so I would put the date that I changed them and then when they would be redone. The next page was don't forget to. So anything that you think that you're going to forget, let's write it down in the journal. Let's be mindful about it. We have a date, a task, a phone, and an email here. You don't need to keep all of that if you don't want to. And it certainly doesn't have to be a detailed list, but sometimes we like to have things. Sometimes we get a little forgetful, right? And so that's part and parcel with having chronic illness. And so don't forget to, make a doctor's appointment in 2019 for getting your eyes checked, or don't forget to have your blood sugars done, or don't forget to, change the filter on the furnace. Next, I do these pages every once in a while, and this is my opening meme. I just love this meme. If you commit to nothing else, commit to a daily routine that consists of actions that, over time, will lead to where you want to be. And that's by Brianna West. And you can see that I did a little bit of coloring there just to jazz up that page. And this is something that I will come back to when I need to be motivated to get some stuff done and to do some stuff that will take me to where I want to be. So I can, it's one of the memes that I really, really liked. And so I take a page and I write them down. Who are you going to call? Keep your phone numbers here. I know that we all have our phone numbers on on our telephones or our cell phones, but there is sometimes cause not to have your cell phone in your hand, or for various reasons. It's always nice to have it written down here. And if I'm talking to somebody on the phone and they ask me for a phone number, I'll say, I'll have to get it for you and I'll text you right back, or I'll text it to you or whatever, right? So it's always nice to have it here. Once again, we tend to, with our chronic illness, get a little bit forgetful at times, and so this is always a good reminder. I like this page, and the reason why I keep track of this page is because I have 3 different doctors. And so the doctors will often ask me, who did you see last? When did you see them? What hospital did you see them at? That sort of thing. And so this is a really good reference of when I saw the doctor last, what hospital I saw him at. Because that's where the reports will be coming from, and so the doctor will be looking at those reports. So I always like to have this so as a brief reminder of what doctors I saw and when I saw them. And another thing that the doctors will ask you is, when did you have that test done? Where did you have it done? And who was the doctor that ordered it? And so this is kind of what this page is all about, and I keep a list of all of the tests. Tests are bad enough to have to go through. I don't want to have to go through them again if I've already had them within the time limit. So this is another page that I actually do fill out on a regular basis, and this will last me, for quite a while. So this page is my medications, and I want to show you my medications from another page that I have here. Very often when our medications come to us, they come to us with some information backup or so forth. So I get my medications with a blister pack every week. And so I take the information from the blister pack and I just copy and paste it, or tape it in here. I also take the labels off of my prescriptions and I keep them here because this is one place where the doctor will need to know. My prescriptions also come, I get a rundown of all of the prescriptions that I got. And something else, like here I've got when I got my flu shot, where I got it, when I got it. Also keep track of your Z-Pak and when you take it, how many times you've taken it. And I've got a whole other blank page over here that I have yet to fill in. So that's on your medications. If you don't have that, whatever you can do to track your medications, it's something that every doctor will be asking you for. I have here my doctor that ordered the drug that he ordered, the prescription number, and whether I have to take it morning, noon, dinner, or bedtime, and any notes on how I feel or anything about that medication that I need to know. I also have a page here for emergency tanks and supplies, and very important that you have your tanks and your supplies, and even with my cannulas, there's certain cannulas that I like and certain ones that I don't like, and certain ones are for inside the house and certain ones are for outside the house, and I never can explain to the girl on the phone which ones, and so when I get one that I really, really like, I take the number down and I keep it here. Don't forget to always leave a couple of blank pages. Believe me when I tell you, you will fill these pages up. So that's pretty much anything that we need, that I felt that we need to keep. You may have other things that you would like to keep track of on the inside of your journal. And whatever that is, certainly feel free to make room for it, because if it's important to you and if you need it, then it is important, and it's worth tracking and keeping track of. So that's the first 25 pages of our setup.